Hey, welcome back to Spirit of a Handyman. Today I want to show you how to install Dumawall tiles in a shower or bathtub. Let's check that out.
He's got the spirit of a handyman. A handyman.
So as you can see, I've already got most of this already hung, but need to do this piece over the mixing valve. Gonna run that over to here, make a nice clean line that looks something like this, and then also cut out for the shower spigot thing up there. You can see I've already cut out a hole for where the faucet spout, the downspout, will go, and I've already tied it into the corner. So let me just kind of walk you through bit by bit what each of those steps looks like. Silicone, I'm using a clear silicone, totally waterproof, crack-proof kitchen, bath, and plumbing. This is good stuff. It starts out looking white, but it'll dry clear. And basically, I want to run that along all of these seams where the tiles connect. Do yourself a favor and wear a glove. So basically, I'm just going to run this along here. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to wipe it away, but an even bead would be great. This particular caulk gun, this red one, is a dripless caulk gun. This one is one that you have to release with a spring, so I use this one for my glue and this one for more of my finer caulking needs. That way it's not pushing out more than I want at any given time. All right, so I've got that front edge loaded up pretty good, right? See that? All right, now I'm gonna line this, now I'm gonna load the back of it with this power grab, 0-second hold. Man, this stuff is awesome. About an inch from the edge. I like to lay it on generously. All right, got this loaded up. I'm just gonna slip it into this other joint right here. They go together kind of like puzzle pieces. You'll see it kind of ooze out. And then I'm just gonna slide it to where these two pieces are lined up. Oh, a little too far there. Right there. And then just press it in real good. All right, then we're just gonna wipe away all the excess here. Now I've made sure to cut, I wanted the edge of this to be the same from the wall the whole way down. So I did a little chalk line, so I'm always measuring from the edge of one tile over to that chalk line. So this next piece, I've already got pre-cut so that that'll fit right in there. But now I want to measure where this is, and I'm going to cut it out right about here on the tile. I'll use a hole saw, cut that piece out, and then just slide this over. This will be a little bit trickier because of how close it is right here. Ultimately, I could notch it out like this. I may end up doing that because the faceplate for this is a pretty big faceplate. So I may end up just notching out a little square out of this. And then same thing applies. I'll load up the back, slide it in, that'll be ready to go. But man, this stuff, like this tile, it's not, I mean, you could pull it off if you needed to, if you need to adjust stuff. But otherwise, it's on there, it's ready to go. One thing I forgot is that as I was getting this, I forgot about the little mixing valves. So I had to use this little multi-tool and cut away part of the tile that was already there. Then I could measure the new tile. So I just held it up in place, made a mark for the height, made a mark for the depth. You can use a measuring tape and do that, or you can set the tile in place and use a pencil. Then you just take a jigsaw, follow around that contour. You could use a hole saw, but the jigsaw actually was a lot easier. So go ahead and cut that out, slide it into place, bop it into place, and then smooth away any silicone. There's one spot down at the bottom that I wasn't totally pleased with, and so I ended up just applying another thin bead and then wiped away that excess, and I just felt a little bit better about that. And here you can see what that looks like up close as that tile sets into the other tile. I start with a thick coat of caulk there on the back, and then as you press that together, it just kind of squishes there on the back side of the tile. I go ahead and exert a little bit of force. Do it however you want. I've seen some people use a rubber float. You could do that too. Per the instructions, there are a couple ways you can do this. You can do a full tile, full tile, full tile, just like that. Or you can offset them, so full, half, full, half. That's the way I've chosen to do this. So when I'm doing that, of course, after you have a full tile, then you measure half, and I want it to be tucked in under there. So I'm just going to base it off this measurement, which is 12 and a half, right? So I'm going to take this piece, which I used for this little cut here. I'm going to go 12 and a half off of this side, 12 and a half. I'll end up cutting off some of this, which it was already a cut edge. So either this edge needs to be tucked under like the trim, or it's trash. So 12 and a half, I'm going to use a straight edge, mark it, cut it. You can cut it with pretty much anything you want to cut, and then glue it, stick it up there, and then I'm ready for a full piece to go in right there. A full piece minus a little bit. I think I ended up having to cut off the edge, but so do that, and then I'm ready for the last piece, which will go right there, and that's where my hole will come from. One of the great things about these tiles is that you can use all of your standard tools on them. And so this is just a regular hole saw bit to cut out the opening for that drain hole. Regular saw to cut the tiles, or utility knife or whatever. Then they also sell a fancy little, this is a J channel trim piece over the edge. So after I had gotten the tiles in, then I slid this back behind there. There's already some glue on the back side of the tiles, and that glue held it in. Later I went over that seam with some more silicone, and that doubly held it into place. The last element I need to work on in this bathroom is the casing around this window. So the window is vinyl, which means it's waterproof, but I went ahead and put these pieces in. They sell a outside corner transition piece that'll go around here. So just like how there's an inside transition piece, same thing there. Use a clear silicone to seal that in, just like over here, and then use a bead of caulk right around there. The important thing here is just to make sure that your bottom piece is at an angle to shed water off into the tub. One of the other trim pieces that they sell is an outside corner. So I just use that same clear silicone and then load it up where that was going to go, place that on there, and then smeared away all the excess. Now, the big thing is making those miter cuts on this. I spent like the first 20 minutes trying to work on the first couple cuts. Then I came up with this great idea. Totally recommend this. Use a speed square and an oscillating tool, one of these little multi-tools, and just hold that into place with one hand. Use the other hand to use the tool. That saves so much time and looks great. So there you have it. That is how to install Dumawall tile. This was my second time using the product, and it's pretty easy to use. So I hope that this video empowers you to get out there and do it yourself. There's a handyman inside of you just waiting to be awesome. So get out there. Hey, if you have experience with this product or a product like it, leave some comments down below. If you have tried this exact project, Definitely comment down below and let me know how yours turned out. In the meantime, click that subscribe button and we'll see you next time at Spirit of a Handyman.
He's got the spirit of a handyman.